What's up everybody, Johnnie Omega here, giving you my review of Alita Battle Angel. This movie is based off the Japanese manga and is directed by Robert Rodriguez. It stars Rosa Salazar, who plays a cyborg who's found in a junkyard and has no memory of her past life. Christoph Waltz plays a scientist that finds her, he puts her back together and raises her like his own daughter. There's a great war that's referenced throughout this movie that pretty much leaves the earth in shambles, and as the movie progresses, Alita not only remembers her past, but she also remembers how she's involved in that war. The best way I could describe this movie is that this movie had absolutely no business being as good as it actually was. Almost every aspect of this movie was done great. From a writing perspective, this movie kept you engaged the whole time, and even though there were a couple of slow moments, there were never any dull moments. And surprisingly, the acting was good from pretty much everybody involved. The only weak link is Kenan Johnson, who plays the love interest of Alita, but this is actually his first major movie role, and even though he's the weak link, that doesn't necessarily mean he did a bad job. But when you're acting along some top-notch actors, you're gonna get lost in the shuffle if you're inexperienced. Christoph Waltz, Mahershala Ali, Jennifer Connelly, all did a great job in this movie. And not to be outdone, the action was great too. Everything from the fight scenes to the motorball matches all kept my eyes glued to the screen. And I particularly liked that there weren't a lot of exposition dumps. It will be easy in a movie like this to have a character that explains everything, but this movie didn't do that. When you walk out of this movie, you don't get the feeling that you know everything about the world that this movie sets up, and it's actually a good thing. As the movie progresses, you get just enough to move the plot along, but you definitely know that there's more to be explored in a sequel. And speaking of sequel, I like the way that this movie sets that sequel up. And I like that you didn't have to wait till the mid-credits or the after-credits to get a sneak peek on what's actually next. You actually got that right at the end of the movie. And I also like that this movie didn't do what a lot of movies do when they're trying to set up for a franchise. Even though there is great potential for a franchise, this movie could stand on its own if it needed to. The only negative thing I would say about this movie is that when the movie does slow down, it does so purposely to establish the relationship between Alita and Hugo. It wasn't actually done in a bad way, and it didn't really take away from the movie too much, but to the writer's credit, it is kind of hard to establish a romantic relationship and keep the movie moving at full pace the whole time. So in conclusion, the acting was good, the story was good, the action was great. This movie definitely has me excited for where this franchise can go. All that being said, I'd say this movie is a must-have in the Blu-ray collection. So comment below and let me know what you guys thought of the movie. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to see what we got coming next.